Swing music was the golden age of jazz. It's the most popular music in America. Swing originated from the Chicago-style Dixieland bands that started playing in clubs. The accent focus was on 2 and 4, giving a certain lift to the music, making it very danceable. Swing music represented a large cultural movement for youths and African Americans. The first tune that we heard was Glenn Miller's "In the Mood," one of the most iconic songs from the era. Glenn Miller was a trombonist, composer, arranger, and leader of the Glenn Miller Orchestra. Other smash hits by Glenn Miller include "Chattanooga Choo Choo" and "I Got a Gal in Kalamazoo." Count Basie Band, started by pianist Count Basie, born in New Jersey, was another of the prominent big bands of the swing era. Basie, though born in New Jersey, spent most of his time in Kansas City and Chicago, where he honed his skills and developed his band at the Grand Terrace Ballroom in Chicago. The peak of their fame was reached in the Mecca of jazz, New York City. This tune, "Jumpin' at the Woodside," was written about their base, the Woodside Hotel in New York, where they practiced in the basement. The Count Basie Band went on to play the Apollo Theater, the Savoy, and many others, featuring such vocalists as Billie Holiday and Jimmy Rusher. At the Savoy, the Count Basie Band, with Billie Holiday, would typically battle Chick Webb's band featuring none other than the most famous Ella Fitzgerald. Imagine being at that concert. The Count Basie Band is still alive today under the direction of drummer Dennis Mackrell.
The Duke. Edward Kennedy Duke Ellington was one of the most prominent band leaders and arrangers in the swing era. Ellington was born in 1899 in Washington, D.C. He started playing piano quite young and eventually was imitating and performing as a ragtime pianist. He was quite popular in D.C., but left to go to Harlem with his drummer Sonny Greer to join the Wilbur Sweatman Orchestra. Ellington soon formed his own band and quickly became a figurehead of the Harlem Renaissance. The Duke Ellington Band was very unique because Ellington typically composed songs for specific members of his group, such as Jeep's Blues for saxophonist Johnny Hodges and Concerto for Cootie Williams, which later became Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. The Ellington Band was a huge hit and only got better with time. Ellington improved as a composer and arranger as well. Some of his latest work has been called his best, such as his Latin American Suite. The Ellington spirit is kept alive by the Jazz at Lincoln Center in New York City, created by Wynton Marsalis. Another important detail of the swing era is the dancing that came along with it. There are 5 major types of swing dancing, called Lindy Hop, Balboa, Collegiate Shag, St. Louis Shag, and the Jitterbug. The video playing features the Lindy Hop style. Swing dancing was not well received and was considered to be over-sexualizing America's youth, but it represented a significant movement in youth culture. Swing music was the precursor for lots of new jazz styles to come, but is still revered as the most popular style of jazz music.